Welcome to the Racing Podcast, proudly brought to you by Morris Fee Sportsbet, your number one fixed odds betting provider.
So we are racing at Fairview, and of course we're on the poly track on this Friday, chatting once again to the Morris Fee sponsored team. Tara, who's once again taken some of her time out of her precious schedule to come through and shed some light on some of her runners. But before we get on to the runners, Tara, I must just say well done to young Ewan, because it was his first run. He certainly sparkled, and his value bet didn't run out the money, so well done.
Yes, look, we know I threw him into the deep end. Ewan's busy writing exams. He's a scholar at the private school Woodridge. He's a first-team cricket and rugby player. He's writing hectic exams at the moment. And, I just thought, he needed a little bit of a break and to do something different. If I look on the YouTube channel, he got over 200 views. So onwards and upwards for Ewan.
Absolutely, and onwards and upwards for Team Tara and Morris Fee as well. Now let's start off with the first of your runners. Now it's a bit of a late start for you. We're going to start off in race number 4, where you've got this individual Precious Jewel. Now she's a filly that I suppose she's got scope to improve, but in what she's shown thus far, she leaves something to be desired.
She's an absolutely very frustrating filly, as she does everything that is asked of her at home, yet come race day she just doesn't seem to apply herself. We've stepped her up to the mile on Friday, and it is her first run in the poly. So honestly, with all due respect, we're just looking for some light at the end of the tunnel with her. And, we just need to know which direction we're going with.
Okay, and then race number 5 is where we move on to. And then this is a conditions plate. And, of course, you've got this filly, Miss Smarty Pants, who really is well in at these particular weights for today. She's obviously having the first run out from Durban. What sort of work has she been putting back up at home?
100%. She joined the team last month, and she's an absolute pleasure to train. She has a very high rating of a 105, and just bear in mind, she has not raced for 5 months. We've really thrown her into the deep end on Friday. We have to start her off somewhere. I think she'll be a horse to follow in the Eastern Cape in the future. I do feel she may need this run, but again, she's a filly full of class, and you have to include her in all your exotic bets.
And then race number 6 is where we move on to the coupling. Let's start off in numerical order. I'm going to start off with Aranjuez. As a horse that is certainly very capable. He's been there and thereabouts. This is his sort of a division. And what sort of run can we expect tomorrow on the poly? On Friday, I should say.
Yes, look, Etienne Braun's got the coupling here. He's got Aranjuez and Palo Alto. Aranjuez is course and distance suited. He is battling to regain his original form, but he can pop up in a race like this. You must include him in all your bets. He absolutely did not winter well. He never does. His coat is looking magnificent. Young Minnie came and worked him again this morning, and I was happy.
And then, of course, stable companion, which is Palo Alto. Now, he's done absolutely nothing wrong. He's coming through the divisions like an improving horse should. Stronger class tomorrow. What sort of run can we expect?
Yes, 100%. Look, he has won his last 2 races convincingly. However, and I do emphasize however, he is now racing in a much stronger company. In 2 runs, he's gone from a merit rating 64 to a 74. He's got a good galloping weight of 53 on his back. He's not a horse without his problems. We do a lot of work in him. We are expecting another good run. You must include him in all your bets.
And you end off the day in race number 8, where you've got the lovely filly for Drakenstein. Her name is Speech Maker. Now, unfortunately, she does have to negotiate a wide draw. She's trading at about 12 to 1. She's the type of horse that could come through and earn a check.
Look, first of all, I'm going to state a few things here. Please put a line through her last run. Secondly, her post-maiden run on the poly was over the 1200, and she was running on very strong at the death. We've opted to run her in the mile, but she has got a terrible draw of 12. I do feel, again, she was doing her best work late, so a quartet runner at the best.
Okay, that's the runners coming up for this Friday. And before you leave us, you always give us your best and your value bet. What do you make of it?
Sure. I'm going to put my head on a block again. I'm going to go with my evergreen Palo Alto. I'm really hoping that he can pull off a hat trick for Etienne. Etienne is my biggest owner in the yard. He's passionate about his horseness, he's passionate about the game, and he so deserves every success that comes his right way. I can't elaborate enough. Palo Alto does have problems. We're on to him every single day. He gets worked on around the clock. I've got to thank Gavin. I've got to thank my head boy. I've got to thank Andries with all the machines on him, and I'm just hoping he can pull it off on Friday.
Tara, thanks very much for your time. All the best for your runners on this Friday.
Thank you so much.